What's up, everybody, and welcome back to A Beer a Day with TK. It's a Monday evening here in Northwest Ohio. I'm getting ready to have a beer. I'm following through on the theme I've been doing for the last couple of days, which is looking at light beers, specifically a number of beers that are lower carb and low calorie, to kind of focus on some of the things that those that maybe are trying to stay in shape or have some health conditions that kind of limit what they can drink, kind of see what's out there for them. I did a couple of fairly decent session IPAs over the last few days, but today I'm going to go back to the light lager category and one of the macro brewers with Corona Premier. So Corona is owned by the Grupo Modelo. If you may remember, I had a Modelo beer previously, the Modelo Chelada. That did not go well. It was probably one of the foulest concoctions I've ever had in my life. I completely understand that there are some people that enjoy them. I'm not one of those. So this is a light lager, and again, like I said, this is going to be in the series of all these lower calorie, lower carb beers. So this one comes in at 90 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs per 12 ounces. So calorie-wise, I think this is the lowest one that we've done so far. Carb-wise, I think there were a couple that were 2.4, the Yingling Flight, and I think the Mick Ultra was 2.4 as well. So this is slightly above it, but it's kind of a negligible difference. As far as Corona beers, I'm not a huge Corona fan. Once in a while, if I go to a Mexican restaurant or somewhere and they have it, I'll have one. But if I'm drinking these kind of lighter Mexican lagers, I'd rather go with something, something different than this. I would probably go with a Modelo or something like that as opposed to Corona. But to each his own. I'm not a huge fan of the style or genre in general. But it is what it is. As far as Corona, again, went to the website, check it out. They have Corona Extra, Corona Light, this Premier, and then they have Corona Familiar, which is a little bit of a darker, higher ABV Corona, but still relatively light. For Corona Premier, the website says this is a superior light lager with only 2.6 grams of carbs and 90 calories, brewed to be easy drinking. The taste is undeniably Corona. Premier is a uniquely refreshing beer, perfect for taking a moment to look around and appreciate all that you've accomplished so far. So, Corona is taking some giant leaps here and assuming that we've all accomplished something. But hey, I'll take it. A pep talk on a Monday evening is much needed. Also went to the website, like I said, was checking it out. They had a shop, which was quite interesting, some of the things you could buy. Not that I'm really going to sport a bunch of Corona gear, but they did have some interesting stuff in the holiday section, some ugly sweaters, socks, and even like a onesie, an adult onesie with the Corona logo and kind of like an ugly sweater motif. Interesting if that's your thing. All right. So this poured, very light color. If you can see, it's kind of very light straw color. Pretty fair amount of carbonation in there. Bubbles are going pretty wild. Head, non-existent. It poured for a split second, very minimal, dissipated almost immediately, which is probably not a great sign. Smell, honestly, not a whole lot going on. You do pick up a bit of a sweet smell, kind of like a sweet corn thing, and maybe a tiny bit of sweet malt kind of thing. But I honestly thought that it would be a nastier smell to it. I'd expect it to be like that big corn whiff, but it's really not. It's just kind of there, kind of non-offensive. A little bit weird. First thing I noticed, again, I'm not a big one to talk about mouthfeel, but a lot of these ultra beers or the session IPAs had tended to be on the lower side of the spectrum here, kind of the light-bodied, some of them bordering on watery. This one really isn't as watery as I thought that it would have been. It's a little bit more, it's not medium bodied, but it's kind of closer to medium than water. Taste, again, not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'd expected this to be really, really sweet corn. And honestly, there's not a whole lot going on there. You do pick up a bit of kind of like a cereal grain thing, which is a little bit sweet. And you do pick up a bit of corn. but it's not that really sweet corn that you get with some of the other kind of crappy macro brews. I'm having a hard time really picking anything out in this. One thing is, it tastes a bit odd. It's a bit dry at the end, almost like a cider. I don't know. I really don't know. It's not bad in that there's nothing offensive about it, but it's certainly not good. As there's nothing that you can really pick out and say, hey, this tastes good. Even the flavors are just kind of there. There's nothing really discernible that's that good. If it was a hot day and you're sitting outside, you could drink some of these. If you're calorie conscious, you could drink some of these. If I had to compare this to some of the other ones I had over the past few days, I would probably pass on this. Again, not because I think it's gross, just I really don't think it has a whole lot going on that really tastes like beer to me. It's just kind of like beer flavored water. You know, it's there, but it's a watered down version of what you'd expect. I'm already not a huge fan of Corona, so I probably don't want a watered down Corona. So for that reason, I would say Corona Premier is going to get the thumbs down. This one's simply not for me. If you've had it, let me know what you think about it. Again, I don't think it's offensive or bad or foul, just not a lot going on. If you're looking for low carb, low calorie, you can still do that and have flavor. This really doesn't have it. If you like that video, please hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And again, if you have any comments or questions or any beers you think I should try, please feel free to jump in on the comments. Always happy to interact and talk about beer. And if you have any friends or family that are interested in beer videos, please share. Always interested in growing the audience and getting more people talking about beer. Till next time, cheers.